Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we aren't just looking at dates and dusty facts. We are stepping right into a cinematic, real-life Kahani, a story of absolute sacrifice, immense willpower, and ultimate defiance. The real story of Netaji. Just let the weight of that sink in for a second. We're going to explore a narrative that literally shifts the ground beneath your feet, taking us from the darkest shadows of colonial rule straight into the blazing light of an independent dawn.
अगर जिंदगी में कुछ बड़ा करना है, if you want to achieve something truly big in life, I want you to seriously ask yourself this right now. We all have dreams, right? We all have that vision of who we want to become and what we want to build. But how far are you actually willing to go for it? What are you willing to sacrifice? This isn't just a rhetorical question. It's the gateway to understanding one of the most powerful minds in human history.
Because here is the brutal, undeniable truth. To achieve that massive goal, you've got to follow three absolute commands. First, leave your comfort zone entirely behind. Second, actively beat down your fear. And third, completely eradicate self-doubt. The path to greatness? Yeah, it's never paved with easy choices. It is forged in the fire of absolute certainty and sheer uncompromising willpower.
And that brings us to the very core of our explainer today. The fire of a single human being can liberate an entire nation. The source material we're digging into proves exactly this to the whole world. We're talking about a man whose internal fire burned so incredibly bright it ignited millions of others. His name was Subhas Chandra Bose, known to his followers as Netaji. He became the absolute ultimate symbol of breaking limits.
Section 1. The Spark of Revolution. The Ordinary Beginnings of an Extraordinary Mind.
Okay, let's dive into this incredible journey. Subhas Chandra Bose was born back in 1897 into a very ordinary family. But right from his student years, his mind was anything but ordinary. He displayed this extraordinary way of thinking and just unmatched academic brilliance. I mean, he was so sharp that he easily cleared the incredibly difficult Indian Civil Service exam, the ICS. Now, for almost everyone in that era, joining the ICS was it, the ultimate dream. It meant power, wealth, and supreme comfort. But after reaching the absolute peak of what society told him he should want, he rejected it. He threw away the ultimate dream job. Why? Because he heard a much higher calling.
Section 2. Choosing the Hard Path. Defying an Empire.
Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer weight of his next decision. He faced a monumental crossroads. On side A, you've got the comfort of British compliance, a prestigious, super secure ICS job. All he had to do was bow his head to British rule. In a time when so many were willingly bending to the empire for just a fraction of that security, he literally had the top prize in his hands. But then, look at side B, the reality of the freedom struggle. Fighting the biggest empire on earth, facing brutal hardship, and dedicating every waking second of his life to India's independence. For Netaji, a fancy job meant absolutely nothing if his country was in chains. So he chose side B. He chose to stand up and fight.
And choosing side B came with some incredibly severe consequences. Our source notes that he was thrown into jail multiple times. Imagine that for a second. The dark, damp cells, the sound of heavy iron chains, the physical and mental pain. But here is the most remarkable thing. Every single time they locked him up, his determination didn't break. No way. It only grew stronger. His focus was absolute. While the rest of the world slept, he fought endlessly from behind bars, focused on one single, uncompromising goal: a free India.
Section 3. Army for Freedom. The Birth of the Azad Hind Fauj.
The Azad Hind Fauj. Now, this wasn't just your standard military unit. This was a revolutionary force born out of pure, unadulterated grit, formed with one absolute, uncompromising purpose: India's freedom. This wasn't just an army, it was the physical manifestation of an entire nation's burning desire for liberty. He mobilized thousands of people who were willing to lay down absolutely everything they had.
And it was to this army, and really to the entire nation, that he delivered these immortal words: "Kyo mujhe Khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga." Give me blood and I shall give you freedom. These were not just words shouted into the wind, guys. They were a roaring fire. This iconic historical quote carried maximum emotional weight and ignited a massive revolution in millions of hearts. It was a call for the ultimate sacrifice in exchange for the ultimate prize.
Section 4. Leadership and Global Vision. Strategy Beyond Borders.
And this brilliantly illustrates that Netaji wasn't just a fiery, passionate leader, he had a profound global vision. First, he recognized a hard truth. Getting true freedom from a massive empire required an uncompromising fight. It wasn't just going to be handed over peacefully. Second, he didn't just stay local. He traveled across the globe, navigating some incredibly treacherous wartime environments to gather international military support for India. And third, through all the shifting alliances and literally impossible odds of World War II, he remained absolutely devoted to the mission. He was masterminding a worldwide movement for his homeland.
Section 5. Life Lessons from Netaji, Translating History into Modern Success.
The source material wonderfully translates his historical struggle into 3 highly applicable modern takeaways for us today. Let's walk through these. Step 1. If your goal is massive, expect the path to be brutal. Just like Netaji rejected that comfortable ICS job, you've got to accept that massive success requires enduring real hardship. Step 2. If you truly want to win, you must completely defeat your fear. You cannot let the chains of anxiety hold you back, just like real iron chains couldn't hold him back. And step 3, if you want to make history, whether that's in your career, your personal life, or your community, you must have the courage to walk alone. Sometimes you'll be the only one who sees your vision. Walk anyway.
Because whatever you are facing right now, whether you're failing an exam, struggling with your career, or just feeling totally lost, there is one ultimate rule. Giving up is never an option. Netaji taught us that surrender simply doesn't exist in the vocabulary of a champion. Taking inspiration from his legendary battle cry, the source offers a modern spin tailored exactly for you today. Tum mujhe mehnat do, main tumhe kamyabi dunga. Give me hard work, and I will give you success. This right here is the ultimate motivational thesis of our explainer. Success demands your sweat, your late nights, your relentless effort. If you're willing to bleed for your goals through sheer hard work, success is the inevitable freedom you're going to achieve. The freedom we enjoy today contains the sacrifice of heroes like Netaji. But the freedom you want for your own future, financial freedom, creative freedom, personal success, well, that requires your own fight. So I'm going to leave you with one final question to think about. Are you ready to fight for your dreams? The path is